So today I was thinking about this podcast I listened to this week. It was on called Rough Translation, and it's been going all over the internet about the French and the way up until COVID, it was actually illegal to eat your lunch at your desk. They'd shoo you away and say, go have a nice lunch with your coworkers and friends and family. And I was thinking about, like, as an American, I think I've probably either skipped or worked through 95% of my lunch times, because as an American, I so value productivity, banging things out, getting things done. But as I thought about that, and I was like, well, of my most fond memories, if I were to think of like my 10 most fond memories in life, I think probably eight of them had something to do with enjoying people with food together in kind of an unhurried way. And even a more introverted person myself, uh, sometimes it's like those coffee dates with just a couple close friends or something like that. And what I was learning as I was reading about the early church is that today, if you were to come into a church service today, in most churches throughout America, and you were to see what we call communion, oftentimes it'd be like you'd have some bread and some juice, and it's like this whole thing built on efficiency. So it's like, how fast can we pass out the plates, or how fast can we walk people up and through? And it's kind of this American efficiency type deal. But the first Christians, the first churches, they actually built their weekly gathering time around a weekly meal where they would bring food together, they would enjoy food, and then part of that meal was the communion, where they'd break the bread and distribute, a cup. But there was this kind of rhythm of being together, of enjoying food together with other people. The earliest kind of training manuals that we had for early Christians, called one of them was called the Didache, kind of talked about how the whole idea of being a Christian was you were living life together with other Christians regularly, and this kind of weekly meal that they had together was such a big part of that. And so I began to kind of think in my mind and say, of my Christian walk with other people, how much of it has been me over my desk, working through lunch, and how much of it has been actually taking time to enjoy people, enjoy their company, enjoy food together. So for you, for yourself, I know summer moves so quickly here in Traverse City where I'm at. I mean, summer's just like gone kind of thing, but I wonder what it'd be like for you to host some kind of gathering over your house. The early Christians, what they'd do is they'd have a meal together. They'd have some time to pray together. They'd read a scripture and they'd sing a song or two. Sometimes they'd even talk about some of the things that they looked at in the scripture. But that's not something that you have to be, this sort of like established, Christian leader or something like that to have a little gathering at your house. I wonder what it'd be like for you or me to host something like that over our home and just enjoy the company of other people with food together. Something that I've been thinking about, and I don't know if you want to dialogue with me about that. Feel free to send me a note. I have my email down in the spot below here where you could kind of check that out. But yeah, just have a great day and think about what it'd be like to enjoy some food together with people.